Hello, besties, and welcome back to the Best of Yvonne podcast. I'm your host and your bestie, Yvonne. And today I'm super excited to share with you one of my all-time favorite topics, and that is abundance, cultivating an abundance mindset. So, for those of you who don't know what abundance means, I'm going to share with you my version of abundance. My version of abundance is excess, overflowing, all the things, not just material things, but all the things: love, health, happiness, friendship, bliss, everything. Just, I believe life wants us to have an overflowing abundance of all the goodness in our life. I wasn't raised to believe that way. It has taken time to change my mindset into believing it. But now that I believe it, now that's what I focus on. That's what I see everywhere. I see it all around me. So let's just go back to the very, very basics. If you think of life, because nature is always showing us signs, life is always teaching us, I want you to think back to the very, very beginning. Whether you believe in Adam and Eve or not, I want you to think about the story where Eve takes an apple off the tree. You guys, I never heard in the story that there was only one apple for her to choose from, right? Like if you look out the window right now, wherever you are, is there one leaf on the tree? Is there one blade of grass? Is there one bird in the sky? There is abundance all around us. So why do we as human beings always focus on the lack, what we don't have, what there is not enough of? I mean, as simple as like my twins when they're eating and the one twin takes the last bite or the last item or whatever it is, and it turns into an argument. I'm like, you guys, we can always get more. We can always buy more. We can always make more. So I think all too often we think with a lack mindset, and it leads to so much turmoil, like so many disagreements and so much frustration in our lives, that if we just flip the switch in our mindset and say from this moment on, I'm going to move forward looking for all the abundance in my life. So this morning when I woke up, I felt an abundance of energy because I had such a great night's sleep. I felt such an abundance of love because my two fur babies pounced on me like it was the first time they had ever seen me. I have such an abundance in my life that my employee comes to work happy and full of life and sharing with me all the greatness in her life. There's so much abundance in every aspect of our life. We just have to dust the cobwebs of the negativity in our lives and search. Let the light shine into our lives of abundance. So here, as I'm speaking to you, it is fall and the leaves are falling from the tree. This is a natural cycle, but in the spring, new leaves are going to appear. That's evident. That's the cycle of life. And there's cycles in our lives. You might be going through a tough time in your business right now where your numbers are down, your sales are low, you're trying to find more employees and things just aren't happening. Just remember that there's always seasons in life, just as there are seasons on earth, and that there will be an abundance that flows back to you. But whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you think about, you bring about. So I want you to visualize what your life would be like if it was full of abundance. If you had an abundance of love all around you, your neighbors loved you, your pets loved you, your mailman loved you, the grocery clerk loved you, like what does that look like? Because when I think about this, I think about people being in the best version of themselves, being happy, being positive, being full of compassion and empathy. And so they meet and greet me every day with a loving energy. And that's what I choose to focus on. And I know people say to me, well, Yvonne, that sounds like you're living in a Pollyanna world. Well, guess what? I'm happy in my Pollyanna world. And what I focus on actually happens. And so I choose to focus on the beautiful waitress serving me with kindness and with respect and with patience and willing to go above and beyond, because that's what I choose to focus on. And my energy exudes appreciation and gratitude and love right back to her. And she experiences that. Because remember, we communicate as human beings with these souls that we are radiating energy. We communicate subconsciously. So if you visualize a life that is abundant, I promise you, you will have more to be grateful for. Life, God, the universe will give you more abundance in your life when you're grateful for what you have. And there's a beautiful quote that says, when you're grateful for what you have, life will give you more of what you want. And it's somewhere along that lines. And I believe it's Oprah's quote. But life is always happening for us, even if we're going through hard times and dark times. And right now, some of you are. Some of you can't even catch your breath. Some of you can't even begin to imagine what life would be like living abundantly, because you felt this despair, you felt this lack, you felt this low pit for so long. But remember, your life is going through seasons. There will always be another day of sunshine if you believe there will be. And I believe there will be for you. So look around. Where in your life, let's just focus on maybe one area where you would like to see more abundance. And let's get intentional about it. Let's focus on it. And let's visualize what that would be like, whether that is money, financial means. Look at me. If Yvonne can do it, repeat after me. If Yvonne can do it, I can do it. If Yvonne can go from living on food stamps and welfare, where we were so poor, my mother would tear a $1 coupon from her food stamp book and hand it to me to go into the gas station and get 3 penny candies and bring her the change to fill 1 gallon of gas in her car. Back in the 80s when gas was 95 cents a gallon. Okay. That was my upbringing, where we lived off of saltine crackers and we lived off of toast with sprinkled cinnamon and sugar. That was my diet growing up. And I knew there had to be more for me. And I knew I was worthy of more. I knew that God and life loved me so much more than to have me struggle my whole entire existence on this earth. I really, really did believe that as a young girl. And I want you to believe, even though it might be hard right now, that life really is happening for you. All the things that you're going through right now are teaching you and preparing you to step into this next best version of yourself. And you really do have to become the person that can manage and be responsible for an abundance of money. Because if money just flew into your life from any source, it would flow right out, because you may not be responsible enough to manage the energy that comes with it. It's like why lottery winners lose their money. I've mentioned this before. It really is, you have to become the person. It's like you have to get the big britches to carry around the responsibility that comes with it. So if there's an area in your life where you would like to see more abundance, let's focus on that. Let's journal it. Let's put it out there in the universe. Let's talk about it. Let's speak about it. And let's envision our life with this new abundance. Because having an abundant mindset is where it all starts from. It's a shift in that mindset. If you want more abundance in your relationships, it starts with you showing up today by sending a text. I'm thinking of you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Or if your friend's in need, go help her. Be there, serve her, love her, because whatever you put out is going to come right back to you. If you're wanting to cultivate more abundance in your business, you can't receive abundance if you're focusing on lack, not enough clients, not enough money to pay payroll, not enough this, not enough that, because whatever you are seeking, you will find, but you won't find it from the energy that you're putting out. So if you're always focusing on not having enough, you will always find more reasons why that is true. So what I want you to do is say, okay, how can I get 2 new clients this week? How can I come up with a few new ideas to increase our profits this month? How can I become more aware of opportunities that are out there waiting for me? So start asking these questions, start seeking this abundance, start believing it is meant for you. That abundance truly is there for you to have, for you to enjoy, for you to accept into your life. But if you are still stuck in a lack mindset, like my parents, like my siblings, complaining that there's never enough money at the end of the month, complaining that everything's breaking down, you got a flat tire, like your washing machine just broke, like those are signs. Pay attention, because around all of that lack is an energy. And the only way to shift the energy is to shift your mindset. And it's like the quote I've referred to time and time again that Einstein says is you cannot solve a problem to the situation. You cannot come up with a solution to the problem in that same state of mind or that same energetic state. So if you want to shift your mindset from a lack mindset to an abundance mindset, the first thing is when you see a penny, pick it up and say, thank you. I am 1 cent richer. It's the little things that end up being really, really big things. Or if someone leaves a gift on your porch, be grateful and recognize and say to life, God, the universe, thank you for this gift. I feel lucky. I feel special. I feel abundant. You have to recognize all the little things that are working for you, all the little things that show up for you, all the gifts in your life. And it might be as simple as you woke up this morning and you had air in your lungs. You have another day to live this life. And you really can choose to focus on all the abundance. You're healthy. You have a warm bed to sleep in. You have your fur babies that are happy to see you. There really is abundance everywhere. You just have to shift the mindset to focus on that. If you're noticing that somebody has a life that you want and it's causing this resistance or these unpleasant feelings such as envy, jealousy, that is coming from a lack mindset. No one can take from you what is meant for you. Yes, they might steal the bike in your garage. They might steal from you. There's no point in stewing and fretting over it because karma always does what karma does and takes care of it. But what I'm saying is, if you are focusing outward, looking at what everybody else has, were you feeling that everyone is your competition? I want you to know this. What is meant for you will always be for you. What is meant for you will always find you. Your energy, your vibe attracts your tribe. Your energy attracts the clients that are meant for you, that are coming to see you. And your energy can attract or it can repel. So if you're in a place where you're just not getting clients or you're not meeting your numbers or you're not, and it's lack, shift your mindset and change your energy. And the best way to change your energy, I always say, move your body to move your mood. Okay. So, when you have a song come on the radio and it makes you dance in the car and sing to the top of your lungs, that's a shift because you shifted from where you were into this higher vibration of excitement, of fun, of laughter, of whatever this song is doing to you. It is stirring an emotion within you. And that is a better feeling than where you were presently. And songs, music can shift you so quickly. So I always recommend having a few hacks that shift you into a different state of being. Now, there is a book out, Big Money Energy by Ryan Serhant. And I read this book and I thought, how fascinating. If you look at the people that are successful, if you look at the happy people in their life, they have a really big energy about them. So if you are in a lack mindset, if you're in a low vibration frequency and you're acting as a repellent, shift your energy, shift your mindset, shift your state of being into a higher vibration, a higher energy, and you will begin to attract. We are literally like magnets. If you're a shit magnet and you're attracting nothing but shit in your life, I really recommend you take a pause and you start to reflect and you go inward and ask yourself, what is my attitude? How am I showing up? And why am I attracting all of this into my life? What do I need to learn from this? Because there are signs around you all the time. People are inadvertently telling you who you are. If everybody is giving you attitude, if everybody is treating you horribly, what energy are you putting out? If you just literally shift your mood like the song does for you and you smile and you get that happy feeling and you go out into the world with that energy, you're going to attract more of that back in. Try it. I promise you, it will blow your mind at how quickly things will begin to change for you. Every little thing that shows up, thank it. Every little thing. Be grateful and to feel the gratefulness in your heart. Feel it because your feelings are an indicator of what you are attracting into your life. There is an abundance all around us. You just have to look for it and accept it and be grateful for it. And you will begin to find like-minded people with the same mindset in your life. So, real life examples of mindset and abundance. I was journaling one morning and I look through the crack of my nightstand and my headboard. And you guys, I am not even kidding you. There were 10 $100 bills. I do not recall ever putting $1,000 on my nightstand for it to fall in the crack. It was there. I don't know. I do not know how it got there. I do not know where it came from, but things just appear some way, somehow. I don't know. I was out for a walk one day and I just got this idea. Flip over that cardboard box. I flipped it over and there was a $10 bill under it. You guys, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Trust me. You will always find what you're looking for. We have this reticular activating system in our mind that is always seeking what we're looking for. For example, I drive a white BMW. I never saw white BMWs around until I started desiring one of my own. And then I bought one, and now I see them all over the place. Okay? So, what your mind does is it seeks validation to your beliefs, it seeks validation to what you're focused on. So, if you're looking at your bills and focusing on your debt all the time in a low vibration, in a negative state, you're going to go to the mailbox and guess what's going to be there? More bills, right? And I learned this with my taxes, you guys. When I started making a lot of money, I was so angry and so focused on all the money I had to pay in taxes. I just sent a $15,000 check 2 days ago, but this time I sent it with gratitude because I needed to have my own mindset shift. And instead of focusing on, oh, I have to pay all these taxes, I began to focus on, oh my gosh, I make so much money, I get to pay these taxes. And I have plenty of money in my bank that when I write a $15,000 check, it doesn't even make a dent. Now, my younger self would be like, what the freak? You have that kind of money in your bank that you don't even notice a $15,000 check going out? Like, what would that be like? You guys, I came from never having enough. I came from my parents worse than living paycheck to paycheck. My parents would go to those check places and get an advance before they even got a check. My mother, I think everybody in town knew her because she was always borrowing those short-term loans just to buy groceries and to keep the lights on in the house. That was my upbringing. So for me to even fathom a surplus, a positive number in my account, see, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I learned to use credit cards the way my parents used credit cards. Rack them up, max them out, and you're lucky to just pay the interest. That's how my family lives. My mother, still to this day, paycheck to paycheck, borrowing money, not enough to pay her bills. It is a mindset shift. It is a gratitude shift. It is a focusing on the abundance in life and knowing that life is meant to be more than living paycheck to paycheck. And when you focus on abundance, life is going to give you abundance, opportunities to make more money, resources to make more money. And this, I didn't mean for this to be all about money, but that's where my focus was for the longest time. And I can sit here in front of you and tell you that I did the work. I shifted my mindset. And I now have a surplus, not just to buy stuff, but to serve people and to help people and to be here on this podcast with you today, that I can afford to do service. I can afford to give. I can afford to help and create more in my life and more for other people. So if you want an abundance in health, be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that you're breathing. Be grateful that you have a body. It may not be the best body, but you can change that by eating an apple today, by drinking enough water today, by going for a walk today. You can literally change your life in an instant by making a better choice, by taking action, and by implementing some of these tips that I've shared with you today. Because I do believe life is meant to be beautiful. I do believe life is meant to be fully lived, to fully express the best version of ourselves, to be the best we can possibly be, and to serve and love and help others by being the light, by being the love, and by accepting all that life has to offer us and using that to share it with others and to help others and to serve others. So look for the abundance in your life. It's all around you. There's a million stars in the sky. Tonight, when you look up, it only takes one star to wish upon, but there's millions there for you. So make all the wishes that you want. Set all the dreams and goals that you want, and then take one step each day to get closer and closer to that. So until next time, besties, I love you all. Be the light, be the love. And I will see you next time at the Best of Yvonne podcast.